Right, we're back in the yard. Now we're going to start doing a bit of work on our Broshuis low loader trailer. We've been running low loaders now for probably 30 plus years. We used to run King GTS 44 trailers with hydraulic ramps at the rear, and now we've gone to the last 3 years, we're on to Broshuis extendable with aluminium ramps. Now, I think most low loader drivers will probably agree here. The problem we all have is storage of our straps, our chains, our load binders. It becomes an issue because we've got so many different bits and pieces that we need to do our job, but it's stowing them in a way that makes it sensible and easy to get to, particularly if you're at the side of the road, you're unloading and you want to get stuff done quickly. The last thing you want to be doing is rummaging through boxes and drawers and trying to find stuff. So what I'm going to try and do now, I'm going to have a bit of a change around in our lorry. As we get towards harvest, we're going to be moving a lot more trailers, so I'm going to try and make things a lot easier and a lot more straightforward. So I'll give you a quick tour of the lorry now, so you can see the trailer, then I'll show you the bits that we're going to alter. Okay, so here's our Broshuis trailer. We bought it brand new. It's now coming up to 4 years old. It extends out by 6 metres in the middle. It actually splits there and goes on 6 metres. Which makes it one hell of a trailer when you get it out that far, but it handles really well. Not that we ever really go that far. Action, talk a bit.
Action.
Talk a bit. Right. Let me show you how actually far our trailer opens up.
I've not seen this.
It's full. Well, there you
not
go.
all the way.
We're going to watch and learn here. Right. First thing we do, there's a dog clip here. Which easily just pops out. So take that out. That hangs down there. That stops it. Opening when it shouldn't do. Then we push the green lever. Green button.
Green? That's yellow.
Colourblind.
Oh, sorry.
That then pops these little things in here. Then you know that the pins are out on the chassis. And we also apply the red handbrake. Now I get the cab.
Set. That's a long way.
So that is how far our trailer extends. I have never used it to that extent.
I think we should.
We get 3 trailers on.
Yeah, I don't know what you're messing about with 2.
But what we would then do is we would lock it so the pins go back into one of these holes here. Release the handbrake, put the dog clip on. Then that is how long the trailer extends to. So it's quite.
So that's a length, isn't it?
If they say size matters, that's quite big.
My missus said that once, actually.
Sorted. Right, we're going to just close it up.
It looks a bit piddly now you've closed it up. Yep. I just put the dog clip in, I don't want you to lose it. I'll put that in for you, the essential safety item. Oh, it's gone, look.
It has a rear steer axle, so as you go cornering, makes it a lot easier. Aluminium ramps to the rear, and aluminium ramps that step up to the top deck. So we have pull-out outriggers. That we don't use very often. They pull out, they go right way down the side of the trailer, and we have timber strips that fit in here and go from one to the other. Those timber strips we carry in this rear locker here, and we also carry wooden blocks that we may need to put under the booms of machines or trailer stand if we need to alter the height or rest things on. So it's a very, very good trailer. We've been very, very pleased with its performance. But it's just time we need to make a few modifications to it. Now, we did fit two strap boxes either side at the front, as you see a bit clearer there, which are great, really are good, really are useful. And we also fitted these two ramp storage lockers, so we can store the ramps from the back of the trailer and the ramps on the deck. We can put them in there and lock them away. Now, you may understand why we want to do that, but to be fair, the ramps are very expensive to replace, and if you park up at the services or you park up somewhere overnight, if you're not careful, somebody else will steal the ramps of the trailer. So by putting them away and locking them up, it makes it a lot easier. So we have pull-out marker boards here, which we can pull out for wide loads. One each side comes out and goes at the rear, and one at the front here comes out and marks the front here. So, great trailer. The one thing I do hate is when you have all this stuff chucked in a big box, and you're trying to pull this stuff out of the box, and it's all being changed, it gets hooked in the hooks, and it gets messy. So what I'm trying to achieve now is to make it so that it's very simple. Every load binder has its place, everything's organised, so that when we're out working with it, it's fast, it's efficient, very easy to use, and you can see if you're missing anything. There's nothing worse than sort of getting somewhere to find that something you need isn't there. So that's the idea. Right, so we've just cut off the two bottom rails that was on there. Now we're going to get a bit of box section and replace it there. Right, we've put on the first 4 hangers up there, and now we just welded up this bit of box section here with 4 more hangers on it. And now the idea is we'll weld it in through there somewhere and create a second row so that we have all 8 load binders all hanging neat and tidy. Now, I probably haven't welded for about 10 years, definitely out of practice, and but it'll come back, we'll get there. And there it is with 4 load binders in. So you get the idea there that they're all in a place, all secure, and easy to get to as and when we need them. So we're going to get some more sorted out. Now, as we sort of earlier on the video we showed you, we made this bit of framework at the front here to put all these load binders on. Yes, I know the welding's not perfect, but it's been about 10 years since I did art welding, and so it's a bit of re-education to myself. But anyway, so we put all these things on for the chains to the load binder to sit into. I'm very pleased with it, and then we put it on TikTok, and 1 or 2 people said, your DVSA or Vosa, whoever you like to call them these days, won't like that. If they can be lifted out by hand, you'll get moaned at. So, right. So we thought we would be organised. It's all right. My dog is trying to eat lorry tyres, I think. JJ, do not eat lorry tyres. Bless him. So, hey! Sorry. He's excited. So, right. So, we had a man who's very well up on those ways and means, and he came and looked, he said, absolutely, you can't see the bomb, that'd be ideal. So anyway, off we went, all happy. So then we thought, do you know what? For the sake of a little bit of work, we can double check that we are right. So we decided to put this ratchet strap on here. So holds them all tight, nothing can move, and they're all in there rock solid. But we thought, well, so here we are. We've bolted the ratchet to the framework, which we thought, that's a great idea. It worked very well. Then I decided when I fix the other end, I'll put a ratchet on this end as well. Why, you ask? Good question. Well, so whatever side of the lorry you're at, you can slacken the strap off. So, I know we haven't reinvented the wheel, but it just seems like a good idea, really. So, right, so we've done that. Right, question. As part of our low-loader refurbishment, we might be being obsessive. I don't know. Have to tell me what you think. Let me show you. Right, when we move machines, we use chains. So we've been and bought some new chains and had some tested, etc. And we've decided to colour code them on their length. I know the paintwork's not wonderful, but they get knocked around quite quick. So when they're all in the chain drawers and underslung cages, like we have here on the lorry, okay, so we can make sure that we pull the right one out the first time rather than having to go through different sizes. I've decided to paint and colour code them. Now maybe this is excessive, I'm not really sure. I've got no doubt someone will tell me. So
That's lengthy.
is there a thumbnail in there?
Yeah, paint me like one of your French girls, lay on it.
No.
Hang on, that's a thumbnail. There it is.